what it's like to be in love. Hey, tell me what it's like to feel protected when you hug. I've been feeling like I'm stuck. I'm so stubborn when it come to feelings. Do I love or do I lust and just enjoy the feeling? Trust me, it's a difference. See, I'm always gonna protect my heart. But when this love is no protection, can't just give them parts. You give your all, and if you don't, then you just make it hard. But when this lust, forget the problems, just come get me hard. This how we leave our women scarred. The lust create a soul tie.
WOVULP Cleveland.
Beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time would be wasted.
What's up, everybody?
What's on you, baby?
What's up? Hey, listen, ain't no bang bang right now, but it's coming. No, I can't even begin to pretend to do it like D Boogie. I'm getting an echo. Do y'all hear echo?
Yes.
Okay, so TC, there she goes. Okay, now it seems a little low, so let me turn me up. Maybe that's not me. Work with us, y'all. Work with us. Talking y'all mic. See, we do this together. We rise together, we fall together. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, ain't no.
Uncut for life.
There we go. Uncut for life. D Boogie, hurry up. So, there is an accident on the highway.
Really?
Yeah. So we're just thankful that he's okay.
Okay.
And he's out of harm's way. Won't he do it?
Yeah.
So
we can't sweat them couple of minutes because you never know what God is protecting.
Come on now, say it. And thank goodness for thank God. Let me say that for my girl TC in the building.
Me and TC gotta have a tutoring session.
You know, she helps get us together when I can't get us together, which is pretty often. Often I can't get us together. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to Uncut Uncensored. It's your girl Tasha in the building.
What's up, Cleveland?
And, what's up, y'all?
Hey,
what's going on?
How y'all feeling?
Man, it's good out here.
Oh, that's
it's one of them days today.
It
is.
Wow.
When I tell you toast is burnt today,
annoyed. Wow.
Ooh.
Toast got burnt.
Toast burnt and annoyed.
Oh, man.
Well, we gonna get into it
Toast ain't burnt.
real quick here. But before we do that, listen, let's do our how to find. So listen, it's your girl Tasha again. I'm in the building. I am temporarily covering for D Boogie. Let's not get it twisted. Listen. It ain't nothing like a man behind the mic and they control it.
I love a good man.
I love when a man knows how to run.
And I can
things.
just relax. I can
Take
relax. Yes.
I relinquish it.
Yes. Oh, I love when a man take control. Oh. And you don't have to worry about it because he's taking control the right way. Where you're not like, okay, all your decisions been bad. I'm scared to give you the wheel. Right. Where you like, you know what, this man loves and protects me. I'm gonna relax with this.
I'm gonna relax and I'm gonna let him take the wheel. And even if he the wheel goes in the wrong direction. But because I believe in his leadership,
yes, stick beside him. I'm gonna go with you. I'm scared, but I'm gonna go with you.
I'm nervous.
I'm not gonna let you know I'm nervous. I'm gonna pump you up on the way. But doggone it,
I'm gonna say, Lord, protect us.
Yes, and I'm stepping on the brakes on my side of the car.
And ain't nothing wrong with having a little safety net on the side, just in case. And by safety, let me clear that up. By safety net, I mean some funds, some security in the event. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying have a whole nother person as a safety.
We don't get to do that.
Okay,
we don't get to do that.
You said fun.
Don't look at me like I did not say fun. I said funds. Funds.
Okay, well put a
monetary.
little bit more extra on it so I can hear what you said because I heard you say fun.
You wasn't listening clear enough.
You mean the monetary extras? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah, funds. Extra funds.
All right, I thought you meant like to see the points. So I didn't know if you get on the extra ride. Like I didn't know what you was talking about.
No, I didn't mean get on the extra ride.
Oh, okay.
Co-host came.
I was double checking. I was double showing.
No. I mean, just in case, you got to put a little cushion aside in the event. You need to make sure that you and your honey boo gonna be okay. You support the dreams and the aspirations, but you just want to kind of make sure in the event some stuff goes sideways because you sticking beside her or you sticking beside him. You like, don't even worry about it, baby. I got it. While you been out there building and doing this right here, I've been putting a little something aside for us. But listen, I'm gonna get my.
Talk like you know.
You know, I mean, you know, that's all I'm saying. But look, I'm gonna get these how to finds out of the way. And D Boogie is on his way in the building, and we gonna start this thing over the right way.
I need you to walk with a little bit of urgency, sir. A little urgency. Put some urgency behind them steps, please.
We gonna get this thing started the right way. He gonna bring us in like he bring us in. But so we gonna just ask y'all to just bear with us for a minute. But in the meantime, listen, co-host, get your how to find out of the way.
What's up, Cleveland, Youngstown, Warren, North Canton, Akron? What's up? Hey, this is co-host Kane. You can find me on IG. That's the only place you're looking for me. That's where you can find me. You can find me there. And I'm at Kane_creates, KANE_creates, because we are the creators of what we want in life, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. What's up, y'all? Who next?
Hey, what's up, Cleveland? This is Akira, also known as Tinder, and you can find me on Instagram at Tinder10. That's TENDER10. Okay, guy.
It's your boy, Mr. 79th. Y'all already know, better known as the Baldhead Specialist. Y'all can find me at Baldhead_specialist on IG.
All right. Well, listen, I guess I will go ahead and do my how to finds. Again, it's me. That's Tasha. Y'all can find me on IG at Tasha_empowers. Also, y'all can catch the show.
Where?
On YouTube, people. On YouTube. That's where you can put a face with these lovely voices. That's going to be Relationship Talk, Uncut, Uncensored. You're gonna want to make sure you subscribe, like it, drop your comments, share it, all that good stuff. That's Relationship Talk, Uncut, Uncensored. And on IG, it's uncut.uncensored. D Boogie!
What it do? What it do?
Oh, G.
What's happening? How y'all?
Building.
Man, we good, fam. We good.
Appreciate y'all, man.
Better now you here, but we was good.
Dang.
Tasha
Okay.
had it. Tasha had it.
Okay.
No, actually, he was actually DJ Tinder had us going.
Yeah,
Tinder had,
for sure.
had us started.
For
I'm
sure.
telling you.
For sure.
No, I'm telling you. Y'all know how she get when she got that ponytail in.
You know,
It's something about him and his ponytail.
yeah, he is. That is doing it for him. It is doing it for him.
Listen, don't come here with no corduroy chips. It's going to be over with.
I'm gonna bring you some corduroy chips next week. What you like, the hickory
way.
barbecue?
Telling you.
Oh,
No way.
Lord.
He gonna make that phone call like, listen here.
I ain't never coming home.
LMA.
Put
Put your mama on the phone. Right.
on the phone.
Put your mama on the phone, Noodles.
See, Tinder been coming here with that ponytail every Tuesday, right? And I've been trying to ignore it. But this one particular Tuesday, she came here with these barbecue corduroy chips, and I've been asking your mama to bring them. So she can have a house, a dog, and yours. D Boogie.
Yo,
Can
what's
you bring
happening?
us in the right way?
Okay. Well, we're going to get this going. Then
Yes,
we're
please.
going to jump into the topic real quick.
We are.
We're going to do it like that. All right. So let me lift that up over here. Let me do this over here. And let's go here.
Beautiful girls all over the
We're
world.
gonna restate the whole. We're gonna
I
restart
could be
it from Giddy
chasing,
Up the
but my
Wall.
time
Here
would
it
be
come, here it come, here it
wasted.
come.
Got nothing on you.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nothing on you.
Yeah. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
There we go.
Now we ready.
Hey, y'all, real quick. I'm your guy, D Boogie. You can find me on IG at Don Zon. Is it Don Zani?
Don
Zani.
Zani. Don Zan was stolen.
Don Zani was stolen. DonZonny. And of course on Facebook, you can find me as Don Bradford. And so we already got the C-Town and all that out the way and
All that,
everything.
all
We
that.
did, but one thing we did not get out the way.
All right.
Listen, for all those people listening, D Boogie just had a birthday.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
D Boogie.
Yes.
Birthday. Oh,
He's
G.
being ever so humble. But we're going to put it on blast. He just had a birthday. He celebrated 30 years, okay? He turned a big 3-0. How does that feel?
Well, a long time ago. No, it's really truly a blessing, to go around the sun one more time. I hope to do it many more times, and then for all my dear friends and, the ones that could make it came on out and celebrated with me. I appreciate that.
I didn't get an invite.
You didn't have to get one.
Okay, well, that might
You
be a
didn't
good
have
point.
to. You didn't have to do it.
I was working.
You're always a dear friend. You can always hang out with me. Y'all know where I be.
That is
So I
true.
just had a good time and just really enjoyed everybody that came out. We had a wonderful time. Would you say?
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
So let's get into this topic.
All right.
I'm not going to bring it in because,
I don't know.
Oh, he don't either. So that's why.
Woo. Okay. Well, I guess I'll bring it in. So y'all know I'm always having conversations, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a conversation at the restaurant. Okay, a few days ago, and we were talking about relationships and why relationships work and why relationships fail. And so I figured I'd bring it to the table. Why do y'all think relationships fail amongst people who actually want to be together?
Oh, who want to be together?
Who actually want to be together?
Oh, that's the caveat. I hadn't thought about that part.
Yeah, like you want to be with. It's easy, if it fail if you don't want to be with the person.
Oh, yeah.
But you got
see,
people.
that's all I read. I thought it was just that.
Oh,
Well, I figured I'd
people that
save the
wanna be-
twist.
oh,
Yeah.
people want to be
okay.
People
together?
that actually
Oh.
want to be together and the relationships still fail. Like they actually love each other. They actually care dearly about each other. They want to be together.
I think it could be few things that can come on the plate as far as with the situations of whoever is involved. Like, sometimes it can be, you can still be giving value to once was.
To what was?
When whatever was taking place before that person, you can still be giving value to that, and not taking the plug out of it like you should. It can be something along those lines. It also can be something along the lines of, bringing baggage from before. It can be something of that, and not being all the way putting everything on the table that needs to be put on the table, because sometimes, you could want certain things, but not telling everything about what it is that you want and not putting it on the table can hinder what's going on in the reality of the situation. So, I'm going to just pull back for a minute, let y'all take a stab at it, and I'll come back at it.
Well, thank us. Well, thank you. I meant to say, ballhead specialist,
I appreciate that.
for so eloquently, stating.
Yeah, they got my mic wrecking today for real.
Yeah, you. I feel like you feeling a certain type of way.
Yeah, I am.
Clearly, we missed you last week, by the way.
Oh, man.
Hopefully, you everything worked out, but that's an off the air.
In your favor.
Yeah. Okay. What else y'all think? So, ballhead special, you say baggage. Now, when you
Yes.
say could be holding on to something that once was,
But, giving you're supposed to take the plug out of that.
and then when you say the plug, what are you talking
What is
about?
that?
Yeah. Because I'm trying to understand too.
Okay. Giving, you still plugged into the individual. You still giving value to that individual. You haven't took the plug out of it. You haven't unplugged from that person wholeheartedly.
Okay. Rewind.
Right.
Okay.
'Cause I'm
we're
confused.
looking for clarity because you're saying that individual. So we're talking about two people that are in love and want to be. Who's that
Yeah.
individual? That individual.
Who they were involved with before they was with that person.
Okay. So they didn't detach from that person, and before they got with the person that they are in love with.
All the way.
Okay. Thank you. Because I wanted to make sure, because I'm always the one normally, as people like to say, badgering, trying to get some clarity. So thank you, Tender, for.
I got your back.
I know you. Listen, we're gonna stick beside each other.
Always. And
Listen here.
forever.
Okay. So you saying they didn't detach from a previous relationship?
It's possible. That's what I'm saying.
Well, if they didn't detach from the previous relationship, how could they really truly be in love with the person that they're with?
I'll answer that for you.
Go ahead.
They may have some things that kept them, or can keep them in that place a little bit. So, for example, I would say maybe a relationship with a family member, the other person's family, and that relationship can be hindrance to the new relationship. So, say for example, they were really tight to the person's dad, and so so they're not totally detached from that old relationship. They're not all the way unplugged from it. There's some things that keep it. A dog, for example. Sometimes they may have bought a dog together.
Wow.
And that dog is still at the other place.
I gotta go see my dog.
Yeah.
So, but let me ask y'all this: could that be
Your dog needs some food.
Okay, so
Child
we have two
support,
people, right? So we have two people who really want to be together. So D Boogie, your twist on it is, maybe they're still attached to the previous relationship because they are still cool with the family and they bought a dog together, and it's hindering them from being fully invested in this new relationship.
Absolutely. So that right there can cause some problems, just as well as the. I'm looking at something else that could be an issue where two people want to be together. They just, even though they love and care for each other, they just not evenly yoked. They just don't see eye to eye. One could be more of a person that is dealing with some of their insecurities in life in general. No matter who this person is with, they just have insecurities. But even though the two really want to work this thing out, you can't get through certain things. And so, so there could be, I'm not going to say where one is bringing something from one relationship to another. However, it can be that one always bring this to a relationship. And it just, in order for something to really move and be solid, it's some bad habits that a person already has, and it's just not solid enough to keep them
Together.
Together.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that more than a family connection or dog, because or you still being.
Oh, I agree. I just threw a dog out there. What I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
it's actually some people probably use that as an excuse. I know a couple people got a dog together with a ex-significant other, and the dog is an excuse. I'm like, no, whatever. That's a whole nother situation. But anywho, because if you are still attached to a previous relationship, you're not really trying to really be over here. So that's not two people who really trying to be together. You just kind of here in the meantime, in between time.
No,
I mean, it can be.
I would disagree with that.
It can
I
be.
would wholeheartedly disagree with that.
It can be.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it
wholeheartedly.
can be.
Yeah, look at the men.
It
Like
can be.
they all in
Really,
unison
I mean,
on that.
Also,
Life existed before you.
Nobody said it didn't.
Well, but it and so some people act as if because we are together that anything that you had in your past no longer exists. Like they are the savior of your life.
Wow, who said all that? Did you get that, Tender?
I've never seen someone come in as my savior.
That's right. Neither have I. So that's my point. So some people they think that whatever you had in the past, it should be thrown out.
Okay, so but here's the thing. We're talking about two people who honestly say they want to be together. They say they love each other. So if the issue of us not being able to move forward and build this relationship is because you have not detached from this relationship over here, clearly you don't want to be over here.
but
That's not true.
Listen, y'all full
listen,
of-
hold on, wait a
y'all
minute, listen to this.
full of it.
Give me 1 second. Give me this. Okay, this couple is together and really want to be together. Him and her.
Correct.
Okay. Now we all know that real stability is built on a real foundation.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this particular foundation, for some strange reason, has some holes in it. Guess where the holes come from? That's in the foundation. That's why it's not standing the way it need to be. It's because this person with the insecurity that you were speaking about is having an issue with getting over what they've been took through,
That is not what
taken through.
with a bell.
But listen.
take taking out
Not
there
only
with
that,
it.
because
point.
at that
Good
point
point.
you paying for. Listen,
Go
when
ahead.
you're at that point, The individual you're involved with is paying for someone else's mistakes.
But that's not what that's not
Listen,
what we're talking about.
But
at
that's
this
why
moment.
they can't get. That's why they wants to be. He wants
That's
to be
not
with
the
her.
scenario.
Okay.
That's
But
not the scenario that we just put on
This
the table.
person continue to keep bringing up stuff
That's
that
not-
they've been through, and
that's
it's hard
not
for
the
them to
scenario.
get
Bald head specialist.
involved in the relationship that they in
Bald head specialist.
because
That's not the
can't
scenario.
get past what he or
That's
she
not-
been took through.
That's
That
not-
could be one of the reasons.
That's not the scenario that we.
I'm just saying.
Can you stop, teacher?
I'm just saying.
But we ain't gonna.
This
gonna
thing
get
ain't.
through it.
This thing ain't pretty perfect.
That's not the scenario, bald head specialist. And I'm gonna need you to stick to what the scenario is that you and D Boogie put on the table. Scenario.
Before we do that,
Go ahead.
No, get a scenario. Then we're gonna take a quick break.
While you flipping all over the place. The scenario is, okay, you have two people who want to be together, so they claim, okay?
But-
they love I can speak. They love each other.
Oh, good night. Oh, good night. Here we
I
go.
knew it was
They
coming.
love each other very much.
Oh, good night.
And you stated that the one person has not detached from the previous relationship. D Boogie stated that, maybe you close with the father, maybe you got a dog, maybe, you can't let these family bonds, go down. That's the scenario.
It
So if
says, why do
excuse
you
me.
think relationships fail? So you just can't
Let's just
narrow
go
it to
break.
one thing.
Let's just go to break. D Boogie, go to break. We gonna.
There's different
Listen, y'all. We gonna
reasons
we gonna
why
regroup.
relationships fail.
We gonna regroup.
Just for those reasons.
All right. So
Thank you, because I can't with him right now. Go ahead, Tender.
I would say outside interference. Outside interference, if we look at the scenario with the boogie, like other family members, that's outside interference. Maybe you have this person in your ear, that person in your ear, that maybe your family don't really like your new significant other. And maybe they're missing the old person that you brought around that they've become attached to.
Now that's a good one.
But then that turns into bondage to people. Because you're worried about what other people think, and you're taking somebody else's opinion into your relationship, and now you're trying to see if this is going to work. So it's creating static in your relationship. Then it can be not being true to yourself. So, and I'm speaking in the terms of, unfortunately for this, well, not fortunately, but I'm shifting gears a little bit in terms of your sexual preference. Maybe you're struggling within. I just thought about that. That wasn't where I was going, but it is where I'm going. Maybe you're struggling within and you really don't want to be true to yourself and date your same sex because you want to
Maybe you trust in God to work.
pray
it
the
out.
gay away. Okay?
Well, won't He do it?
Then there might be communication issues. We are all born into sin. That might be a sin they was born in. I don't know. That ain't me. I don't know. Communication issues. Maybe there's so many communication issues that you can't get on one accord. It's so many things, and it becomes this relationship becomes frustrating, and there's no peace. And now you like, I can't do this, but I really do love her, but I can't do this, or I really do love him, but I can't do this. Then it could just be baby mama drama. I don't know. It can be so many factors that can
How many
cause
factors?
so many that can cause your relationship to break down.
How many factors?
You know. Okay.
I don't get
I need you to bounce back. Resiliency.
See,
over there.
this is why relationships fail. You can't let stuff go.
Why is this? Why do you got to do the tit for tat? What's with the tit
That's
for
another
tat?
reason they
But
fail.
okay, so it can be several different
It's a
factors,
problem
and
now.
that's just a few. But I'm sure we can name more than what I said. But that's what I see. I think is being dishonest with who you really are, or outside interferences. But you're not when there's an outside interference, you're not protecting the perimeter, your side of the relationship. You're not protecting it.
I like what
Yeah.
D Boogie said in the beginning. He said being unequally yoked.
Yeah, that's big.
And break that down, because that is such a, like, what's under that umbrella?
So I've heard, and I'm gonna say, talk to my my church friends, because I know y'all listening. You've heard that phrase.
They know how you talk on here.
Right.
Every person who's gone under some pastor somewhere who's over there, you've heard it said, "Don't be unequally yoked." And what has been emphasized with that is don't, if you believe in one way, don't be with someone who believes in a different way. And that might be part of it, but a bigger part of that is you being with someone who you and that person don't see eye to eye on how the planet works and how things go, and y'all have a different philosophical, psychological way of seeing things altogether, and y'all are not on the same vibrational frequencies. There's no harmony between y'all. So you playing the trumpet and they playing the snare, and y'all not making no music.
Because it can be two Christians.
Yes, they can be two Christians.
But yet, you can still be unequally yoked.
Completely unequally
You can be
yoked.
two Muslims
Yep.
and still be unequally yoked because you are not
You don't see it the same way.
mature in your Christianity, or you are, you may be mature, but you may be
You may
old school traditional, and this
Yeah.
person
You
may
just
be
see
like,
it
I'm
a
operating in the
different
new
way.
God, the new King James version. I'm in the Message. I don't know what you read.
yeah, like you just see things differently, and I don't want to. I've seen this more than one time, and where you see one person. I'm gonna say it like this: I saw one person, and they just didn't match for me in my brain. They didn't match as a couple. Now she was like, I would say one person, like if you barely got your GED and they working on a PhD. It's probably gonna be a problem eventually. You could love this person's socks off. You know what I'm saying? But y'all going in different directions, baby. Now that might work for some people, but you are constantly pushing yourself. Because I know people who've gotten their PhDs. You pushed, like you could have, you pushed to get that. Like I'm still just work on the master, and that was hard. But pushing to get, but you doing stuff. You doing the extra mile. Like if somebody's like, I just quit at 10th grade. I just got a GED because my mama told me to. Y'all, what you two people value in life are different.
But let me ask you this. Let me challenge that. And not to say that I'm against someone going to get their PhD or someone stopping at the 10th grade. But, however, let me say it like that. We all know success stories.
Absolutely.
From people that have, dropped out of high school and have gone on to be great businessmen and great businesswomen.
Absolutely.
Right.
And they end up with someone with a PhD. So is it? I'm challenging the statement. Is it safe to say that just because someone has a PhD versus someone who dropped out of high school, they're unequally yoked? Because I think, now this is just my opinion.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that for someone who has a PhD, maybe someone dropped out of high school. But if you dropped out of high school and you went to pursue a business that you believed in,
Or
trade, trade.
Right.
That you believed in, and you worked your butt off to, get that thing up off the ground, and it is successful. I believe that you have worked just as hard as someone who went on to get a PhD.
Even harder.
Or even harder. I think it boils down to the equally yoked part is making sure that if you're a go-getter, your mate is a go-getter.
Because I know this one dude, he dropped out of college, and he became the biggest billionaire on the face of the planet, named Bill Gates.
There you go.
Finished college. Like
There you go.
sophomore year, he said, I'm out.
Yeah, because it ain't for everybody.
It wasn't for him. Like, and he was, I think it was at MIT, and he's like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be with someone like you said, has that same love of pursuit of a goal, of happiness, of whatever you are on that track of. Because I'll say this: a kid I went to high school, shout out to Justin, my man I graduated with. Of my graduating class, he's the smartest person. The rest of us a lot of us got master's degrees, PhDs, and I went to this school called Calvary Christian Academy in Youngstown, Ohio. Some brilliant kids came out of there. Brilliant kids. Justin's the smartest person I know. Dropped out of college. And anybody who knows Justin, you start a conversation with him, there's not a subject he doesn't have the plethora of information on. His brain is just too big. But if you go talk to Justin, you ain't gonna have no shallow, low-end conversation. It's not gonna last too long. You ain't gonna last with him. So I think the biggest challenge is we about to get this break.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get to that break. Go ahead and say it. 'Cause my mic is
All right, well, listen, everybody. We're going to take a quick break here. Just to kind of recap. Y'all listening to WOVU. Y'all listening to Uncut Uncensored. Again, y'all can find us on YouTube at Relationship Talk Uncut Uncensored. Also, y'all can catch us on IG at uncut.uncensored. We'll be back.
Peace, love, and appreciation, everyone. This is your...
In the basement, money in the mattress.
Yo. What's up, C-Town? Welcome. All right. We are glad that y'all back with us.
We are.
And all of that.
Okay. We real glad that you joined us today to hear this conversation.
Yeah.
Hey,
Good.
text if you know anybody on the panel, any of these hosts here, text us. Tell us what you think. We'll share it on the air.
Quickly.
We sure will. All right.
Literally.
Now, before we left, Tasha, where were we?
That's a very good question. I believe Kane was talking, and I don't remember what he was saying.
You got a very good memory.
What we were all talking about, Tasha, you included, was about being unequally yoked. And it doesn't necessarily mean something in black and white,
There you go,
but
that
just y'all got to be on the same page of what y'all are in life. And Third Eye Productions said something really good off the air that was kind of coincides with that, is that you can be in a different season. You could be in your season of your go get it season. You trying to make things happen.
Or you could be in your street season.
or you could be in the street season.
Or you 40 streets.
And that might be your season at that point. So y'all not matching. You know what I'm saying? You could really love that person, but like you gotta really be
Say something else.
you really got to be out here versus this person. They trying to put something together. They working on a business. They got a business plan. They saving up their money, and you at the club every weekend. Nothing wrong with if that's what your choice is, but y'all got to be on the same page, and that's not gonna work if you at the club, kicking it. And they like, no, I got to be in bed by 9 o'clock because I got to get up at 5 because I got to open the store, and not gonna work. So you got to be on the same page wherever you're going in life. Right. I think that's a big thing. Like, what direction are you going? What speed are you going there? Versus you got somebody like, I get there when I get there, and they ain't pressed. That's not go. Because if you a go getter, if you can't work with a person that's not a go getter. Yeah.
Or do y'all think? Let me ask y'all this. And I definitely like.
You kind of.
No, go ahead.
You can, if that's what you want, because you might not want anybody to be out there hustling. You need somebody at home to take care of things at home.
True, very true.
Or out doing whatever they need to do. I don't want to say hustling because sometimes that could be misconstrued. Y'all know what I mean.
Legal, they on the legal side of it, right? They
doing your thing, trying to get to paper.
Making it happen.
Whatever
it is.
Getting that bread.
Right.
I think it to be honest, my opinion on it wholeheartedly is different strokes for different folks.
Here we go.
I'm just, putting it out there because everyone's situation is different. Everyone's situation is different depending on, who your mate is and what you want and what that person want in that relationship. So, my plan for what my life and my lady's life is also totally different from the next person's, So for me, I'm all about being a team. Like, if it's a hit, we split. If it's a spare, we share straight down the middle.
We know.
But everybody, and I put that out there because everybody, other situation, they situations don't, because they, see what I'm saying? That's what I mean by different. Like she may, have a individual who just take care of everything and tell her, don't worry about this or worry about that. So, yeah.
That 4150 that you hit on the lottery,
I don't
get
it.
Give
up. Take it down. We're gonna take it down. We're gonna take it down the middle. Everybody's situation, like I said, everybody's situation is different. Different strokes for different folks.
I don't want it to be that. I don't want it to be like that. I don't. I mean, I'm not a selfish person, but I don't want to split it down the middle.
Because I think it costs to be the boss, and I think I just believe no
I
shade.
think that team that team
can I finish
is
my
what it
statement?
is
Thank you.
for me.
Appreciate it.
Being a team player.
We can still be a team player. However,
It works different for you.
Can I finish
and
my
It
statement?
works different for me.
thank you.
It
Let
works
me let
different
you
for
get
Tinder.
it all out. Go ahead.
It works different for OG. It works different for Kane. That's what makes it different for everybody.
Okay. You done?
Nope. Check.
So I agree, baldhead specialist.
Yes.
I agree wholeheartedly that it does work different
Thank
for
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
However, I think that part of what is going on in society is that roles have been just they vanished, responsibilities have vanished, and I just I believe in team. I do. But however, you notice I'm being conscious about not saying but. I also believe, this is just my belief, not yours, because you've already expressed what works for the baldhead specialist household. But I believe that I appreciate when a man says, listen, I'm going to take care of this, I'm going to take care of that, all I need you to do is do this. Because I'm still going to do more. But I just believe it's something about a man leading and just taking the bull by the head, or however the saying goes. Horns.
By the horns.
There you go.
By the
Thank you.
horns.
There you go.
I
Hit the
mean, you
bell.
take some
Hit
stuff
the
out of
bell.
here too if you want to, but it's the
Hit the bell.
horns.
Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell. Hit the bell on me. So I just believe in that, in just that old school leadership. And I'd be like, Dad, baby, all you want me to pay is the light bill and the cable? Cool. I'ma still give more, and I'ma still make sure that I do the things that I feel as a woman that should be done. I'm gonna make sure that I nurture you, and I love on you, and I support you, and I encourage you, and I'm gonna do all these things, and I'm gonna still pay more than what you ask, because that's just who I am. But you as a man, if you be like, baby, listen, I don't want you to worry about none of that, I'm gonna be like, shh. I got us a trip booked to the Cayman Islands. I'm
That's
just
what works for you.
Yeah, so
that's what works for you. But why do you feel that relationships fail? Your opinion. of why,
I believe
period.
relationships fail, number one, because people are out of position. That's my opinion, number one. I believe men don't lead anymore. Women don't follow because we don't know where you're going. That's number one. Number two,
That sounds like two.
That was
or
more
three.
than one.
well, it's 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
Started multiplying in there.
Yeah. I mean, that's just,
all right.
I believe communication issues, because if I'm a person who likes to communicate calm and civilized, and you're a person that want to yell to the top of your lungs, it's not going to work, because now I don't hear you. So we're not going to get problems resolved because I'm going to shut down. Or if I'm a screamer, or vice versa. Or if I'm a person that likes to talk about what the issues are, and you just like to brush it under the rug, and as Kevin Hart say, throw it in the air and watch it disappear, we're not going to get problems resolved. So communication. Also, physical incompatibility. So if you are a person who wanted 5 days a week, and then your mate is a person who cool once a month,
I ain't seeing nobody break up for that.
okay, but you saying them step out, which leads to cheating, and then
that is true.
ultimately,
That is true. That is true.
Women be,
But when you're in love with somebody, you're not doing that.
but in love, when you in love, do we agree, or what's everybody's opinion? Do y'all believe it comes and goes? There's waves. Today you could be in love. Tomorrow,
I think you're in love, but I think there's seasons. But I think you're in love. If you're in love with someone, and you may have a hurricane season, and if you work together, you get over that hurricane season, and then it's summertime again. But I do believe that if you're in love with someone, you're in love with that person. Yeah, you may fall out of love, but not while you're, some people do, but not while you want to still be with them. You understand what I'm saying? Like you keep adding to it. You keep maintaining it. You keep cultivating it. So it's not like, okay, I don't love them today, but I'm going to love them tomorrow.
I think it's and you guys can chime in. I think during a hurricane season, you're not in love with your mate. You love your mate, but you're not in love with your mate, because right now you in a rough patch. All you could think about is what they not doing, what they didn't do, and how, is this the best choice that I could have made for myself?
The hurricane season could be that y'all fell into some financial trouble, and now you're trying to pull yourself out of it. And both of you are trying two different ways, and it's not necessarily working. but you are still in love with this person. I don't think that changes the fact that you're in love with this person. I think you can still be in love with somebody in the hurricane season.
What y'all think?
Well, I feel like this real quick here, that being in love is just is part of the act of love itself. So when you're in love, that's why it's called in love, because your love is in a certain place where you're just all inside of it, and it's just part. That's in love. Mm-hmm. You could be in love going through a hurricane season. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I believe that being in love allows you to be almost unconditional, and at a place of being unconditional with the love. So no matter what happens and things of that nature, you're gonna make sure that you're gonna find a way to get it done.
I definitely give value to that, to what you just said, because we all know that hurricane seasons is going to be seasons in relationships. There's nothing you can do about that. So I'm gonna just be honest and just say that. But in a relationship, both parties has a responsibility, regardless of what season or whatever it is. You have to bring whatever to the table about what's going on, whether it's good or bad. You have to bring it to the table, because if you pick and choose what you're going to bring to the table, then it's going to be, it's automatic an issue. You cannot pick and choose what you're going to bring to the table, because being in a relationship, you have a responsibility that, whether if it's good or bad, bring it to the table, regardless of what season it is.
Because if you fail or to bring issues to the table, that means that's the communication that's coming into play at that point.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then you picking and choosing what you're going to bring, and then you didn't, I'm going to talk about it tomorrow, I'm going to wait the next week, and then it's
It's
be
festering.
brought to the table.
Yes.
So then it becomes an issue, and we all know how difficult it is to find a solution to a problem than it is for an issue. When you could have dealt with it in the beginning, but you chose not to. That's just my opinion.
That's true. Okay.
A
What's your
big
take?
thing I think is that, regardless if you, like y'all said, you go have a hurricane season, what makes the ability to get through the hurricane season if you fell in love or chose love. Because the big thing is this: if you fell in love, you can fall and bump your head and just fall easily out because you done bumped your head. Versus if you choose love, you're making a choice. Like, I'm choosing to do this. I'm making this choice. So I'm not making an emotional decision that's temporary, and it's something that can come and go. Temporarily, or temporary. It depends, because your emotions can flip and flop any other day, just based on how, if someone burnt your toast or not in that morning. So your emotions can go up and down based upon a bunch of factors outside of you. You can wake up and the traffic just be crazy, or you can have somebody at that one person in your job always got something to say. You always got something that so your emotions can go tipsy topsy. Versus you don't want to be like that in relationships. You have to make sure you're making, yes, you feel something for that person. So your love should be based on a feeling, obviously. But you have to be making a choice. So when something comes up, when the hurricane season hits, I've made my choice.
Yeah.
And I'm 10 toes down now, so I can't go on how I feel.
But using that analogy, not everybody is equipped to handle hurricanes in the same way.
Oh, no.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
So
Right.
If you grew up in an environment that was a toxic stress environment, they don't know how to deal with stress. You can love the hell out of them, but if they don't know how to deal, they're not capable of dealing with stress.
The heck.
Yeah, so if you, and that,
Very good point, though.
I think that's why the creator will allow a hurricane season for everybody, because everybody can get along with sunshine and roses. Everybody got money in their pocket, things going good. The outside family, everybody love each other. But that hurricane season, and then you see, oh, this how you act when something go left.
I like that Rafiq said
I was just about
everybody's
to say,
not
yep.
equipped. Think about the
Yeah.
people that lives in Florida. Think about those that stick around. Say, I'm going to stick this out. I'm going
They ride.
board
They
up my
riding it out.
windows and I'm going to ride it out with those that flee.
Yeah.
So now
Good analogy.
That
it
is
may be
good.
smart to flee when you're in Florida. But in your relationship, if you really want it to work, you can't flee when the trouble comes. You have to fight through it. And the outcome will be greater than the fight itself, because you'll know then that we can power through this, we can power through anything, or then it'll just prepare you for the next hurricane, because they're coming.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could be a person that wants to hunker down and stay home, and that person is we need to go to a shelter. Those are two different ways
of dealing with a hurricane. Yes.
And that could be a deal breaker.
It could be
life or death for
right.
One person. So like you can't really be like, well, that person ain't handling it the same way that I'm handling it. So
then that's when you work together and come up with a solution together. But you can't just decide that, okay, you go ahead, I'm gonna hunker down, I'm gonna go to the shelter, I text you. I mean, you can't do it like that. And figure out, let the chips fall where they may. If the house still standing and you in it when I come back, great. If not, then it is what it is. I don't know, but that's exactly two different ways to deal with a hurricane. And if you're not dealing with it the way that works for your relationship or that cultivates your relationship, it's going to fall apart.
And the big thing about, you have to be able to handle different scenarios, and you have to see how this person deals with things. Like in a lot of, like you said, if you came up in a toxic, don't know how to handle things situation, and like Tasha said earlier, your way your family handles situations, everybody raise their voice at people, and y'all start talking to each other crazy. If you ain't from that, that ain't gonna work for you. Oh no, you ain't gonna talk to me crazy. You know, my mama did, my daddy did. Now you go talk. No, that's not gonna work. And the other person's confused because like, no, like, you know, I was just saying that during an argument. You're like, you know, why you not talking to me for 6 months? Like, nah, fam, I don't get down like that.
'Cause that's normal for them.
That's their norm. That's their everyday, and that's how they handled everything. So now you have to find out, like, okay, and sometimes Tinder, it's that hurricane come, I need to run because you the hurricane.
You know what? That is funny.
That is funny. You know, another key thing that we didn't say, and I also want to recap just a tad bit on what Rafiq said and what you said, Tinder. I really, really love it. Everybody's not equipped to handle the hurricane season. Then it was something else that you said too, Kay, about choosing. And I think sometimes we put, and it's just my opinion, we put a lot of emphasis on the in love part. I truly believe that there are seasons and it's ebb and flows. I think, but the key thing, Kane, like you said, it's a choice. You know, you choose to love this person daily, you know, regardless. You stay committed to the commitment that was made, regardless of when the butterflies are gone, regardless of when the flowers, you know, have faded away, and you in your hurricane season, you have made a choice to choose love. The other thing that we didn't mention why relationships fail between people who actually want to be together is the unwillingness to change and adjust. You know, a lot of people throw the whole, this is just how I am. I've been this way. You know, all my relationships.
Such a cop out. That's such
it
a
is
way.
a cop out.
That's immature. Like this just
This
who
how
I
God
am.
made me. No, he didn't.
Yeah.
No, he didn't make that.
You're the
at
only
all.
one got a problem. I doubt it, because all your relationships have failed the same exact way, and you know everything ended the same exact way. So I doubt that I'm the same. I doubt that I'm the only person that has said this. So I think people are unwilling to make the necessary adjustments because they feel like if they make the adjustments, maybe they losing a part of themselves. And then the other thing I want to add in there is ego. Ego, I believe, ruins great relationships because you want to be right. I want to be right. You think you're right. You think you know it all. You think your way is the only way, and that's the only way to see it. It's only your vision. And I believe that you know, great relationships fail because people can't see past what they see. So I mean, you know, it's a great conversation to have because I believe I believe a lot of people have the potential to have some great relationships, but it's these things that stand in the way. You know, like Kane, like you said, people expect it to be sunshine and rainbows every day, and then they expect those flutters every day. And if those flutters not there, you know, they ready to ride out. But it's about staying committed to the choice. I'm gonna choose to love you. Like Ballhead Specialist said, if this is how your house work, if we agreed that if it's a hit, we split it. If it's a spare, we share. What's the rest, Ballhead Specialist?
Wait. If it's a hit, we split. If it's a spare, we share. If it's a extra, what we do? What we do with the extra?
Oh my God!
What's the Ballhead Specialist?
That's what it is.
Right, but I'm saying like if you know this is what it is, and Ballhead Specialist strikes me as a person. When he comes to the table, he gonna let you know. Listen, this is how I operate. And so if you agree to sign up for this, and then down the line you want to change the game, but you agreed to this, stay committed.
But
Go
the
ahead.
only difference is I agree with you, and I agree with everybody when they spoke, and you were the last person who just said this. Egos.
Man.
Egos should go at the top of the list on everything that was spoken about, everything that was talked about today, because those egos will keep a person from wanting to make the necessary adjustments to be open for what it is that you're involved in. And if that ego that strong, you're missing out on everything that can come into play.
Absolutely.
Even things that she or he may be willing to bend on, because your ego is so strong and you won't allow yourself to make the necessary adjustment and open yourself for change. It's going to cost you dearly. So I agree with it.
I'm sure it has already cost people dearly. You want to hold on to your ego.
agree.
You think your way is the only way. Like, that's just crazy to me. Like, your view is the only view. It can only be seen and said and done that way. You should be in relationships.
What you saying? What you saying, Rafiq? He like,
oh, go ahead.
But that's not just ego, though. I think people kind of get what ego is wrong.
Okay.
And the ego serves a purpose, like a good purpose for people. Like, it helps you survive. The thing is that you need to, a healthy person is able to not let their ego control them.
Right.
But the thing is, you don't want to do without your ego and have it be completely gone. It's a part of like who you are as a person.
All right.
I mean, this is like psychiatry 101.
But we're talking about it getting in the way of the relationship. So yeah, I get that our senses and and what makes us who we are. So every part of it serves a purpose. But what about when you don't want to tame your ego?
But that's an unhealthy, unintegrated person. So you can love people all you want, but I mean that's like, and it's not as easy as just saying, oh well, I'm just going to choose to not listen to my ego. Like if your ego is out of control, which a lot of people's are, you got to do some serious work, and no amount of well, I love her, so it's just going to work out is going to fix it.
It's not. You're right. You have to do some work on yourself. And if you don't do that work on yourself, and it has to be constant.
Absolutely.
You can't say, okay, I fixed that part of me, so I'm good. No, it should be a constant evolution of who you are. That person the day before should be dying to the day you are, to the person you are today. Yes. So when we stop doing that, that's when we allow other things to take control and put us in a place where we're not quite seeing ourselves as who we really are. You have the wrong impression of yourself at that time. And then now you think other people have that same impression of you, and we don't. We don't see you as the person your ego done boosted up and you've been feeding that ego too long. Now that's the muscular being that's taking control of your mind. Exactly. And you're not using your other tools to keep you humbled and to keep you where you need to be to help you, and you're steady in that mode that it could help you, like Rafiq said, survive, but you ain't surviving this relationship.
And that ego is not keeping you warm at night. That ego is not encouraging you to be your best self. That ego is not in your corner, when rough times come along. And it's a time and it's a place for your ego. And yes, Rafiq, you can hold on to your ego. However, as the teacher likes to say, it's about putting it in its proper place, and not allowing it to ruin the relationship. I was watching a video of an older couple that's been married, I think 60 some years or whatever. And, they were being asked, what has been the secret to such a long marriage and a long happy marriage. And so the guy said, well, listen, it ain't been happy all 65 years.
Right, and you have to go into relationships understanding that there will be times where he or she is going to make you upset. He or she is going to take you out your hookup, maybe not. He or she is not going to be exactly who you thought they were going to be, or they may disappoint you, or you may disappoint them. But if you go into a relationship thinking that that's not going to happen, then you are already failing. You're not going in there with the right mindset.
That's true.
But it's people that's like that go into a relationship with a false sense of what the relationship should be.
Absolutely, yeah. And one of the things that he said was, he said, "What I've had to learn, marriage it's a servitude. It's what can I do for my wife, and as I'm doing for my wife, she's trying to do for me. So she's trying to please me while I'm trying to please her. It's not a competition, and I think that goes along with a lot of the stuff that we're talking about in terms of ego. It, like you said, it's a dying to yourself. No, you don't lose yourself, but if changing this part about you and adjusting this part about you, if it makes a healthy relationship better, what do you lose?
Right, and you're not losing yourself. You're becoming better. You're building who you are on the inside.
There you go. All right, well, listen, we're getting ready to wrap. Y'all have any other closing remarks before we get ready to go?
No, y'all kind of covered it. Y'all hit it on the head. But ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, remember that love is a choice, and sometimes you will have a little season, but do what you got to do to make sure you're making the right choices out there.
All right, but again, anything real quick? All right, y'all been listening to Uncut Uncensored. We got Her in the Huddle coming up next. We thank y'all for tuning in. Follow us, subscribe on Relationship Talk Uncut Uncensored on YouTube, and we out.
Today,
What it's like to be in love. Hey, tell me what it's like to feel protected when you hug. I've been feeling like I'm stuck. I'm so stubborn when it come to feeling.